Hey, Dr. Trash here, and today I'm going to show you what Total War Arena is. Total War Arena is a free-to-play RTS game published by Creative Assembly, known for the Total War series, and Wargaming, known for games like World of Tanks, Warships, or Warplanes. The game concept is rather simple. You and 9 other dudes build a team together and fight against 10 other dudes. Hereby every player controls 3 units, and the winner is essentially who kills all enemies first. But let's start from the beginning and get to the gameplay itself later. In Total War Arena there are 4 different factions: Barbarians, Rome, Greece, and Carthage, each of them with different troops, strengths, and weaknesses. Rome, for example, has solid melee infantry that is made for grind-out fights. Greece makes use of their phalanx and backs them up with strong archers and slingers. Barbarians are fast and have excellent cavalry that is best used for hit-and-run tactics. And Carthage have beasts like war elephants to run your enemies down. Each of those factions has different commanders you can choose from. Those commanders are famous people like Alexander the Great for Greece or Hannibal for Carthage. These commanders have different abilities that present each a different playstyle. So Cyan from Greece, for example, and her abilities help out your skirmishers, while Leonidas can make your phalanx even more deadly. By playing one character or commander, you level him up to unlock new abilities with him. Also you gain silver and free XP, the 2 currencies in the game. Those 2 currencies can be used to upgrade your abilities or to unlock new troops and gear for your troops. All of this happens in the tech trees, and if you've played a game of wargaming before, you will recognize this here again. This all sounds really cool and has a lot of potential, but unfortunately I already have to criticize the game here. The tech tree, with some exceptions of course, is just real boring. I mean, there's so much to explore, but most upgrades unfortunately are just a straight increase in numbers, which leaves the player with no choice than to buy it. Gear and upgrades that would have a trade-off, some more defensive stats, but worse mobility, for example, would be much more fun and interesting, cause you could decide what you value more and define your own playstyle. Another negative aspect is that the tech tree, while being really big, unfortunately is linear, which means you have a given path that you have to follow. Here I would have liked more pathing options for the players to make grinding feel more special and unique, and therefore also more rewarding, even if it comes for the cost of a smaller tech tree. Size is not everything. What makes up for this though is that the higher the tier, the more complex the units get. Troops often have new attributes and new abilities that change their playstyle, which makes unlocking a new unit feel special, since it's not only a differently colored unit with increased attack and defensive stats. Additionally, have those abilities nearly always a trade-off, or are only temporarily, which makes timing an important factor. An example here for is the phalanx for your spearmen. This ability gives you more defensive stats, but makes you slow and vulnerable to flanking attacks, so you have to choose wisely on when to use it. But enough from the factions, the leaders, and the tech trees, and let's talk about the gameplay. Straight up, I have to tell you that if you're already familiar with the Total War genre, chances are you're going to have a hell lot of fun with this game. But let's begin with the negatives. The controls in-game feel a bit clunky and are unfortunately not that detailed like in other Total War titles, which can sometimes really annoy. Also, like in every other Total War game, there are some weird charge animations and sometimes units glitch out, but that doesn't really hurt the gameplay experience too much, since it happens not that often at all. And yet, that are already all the negatives I could find, since apart from those 2 things, it's a game pretty solid. In general, could you say that the game is reduced to its main core, which in this case is nothing bad. If anything, it makes the game better. You have a classic rock, paper, scissors concept and other stuff like friendly fire and morale that gives the game a lot of tactical depth. For example, are flanking maneuvers still as important as before, if not even more. That is because troops fight down to the last man and can be real annoying to kill, and only through flanking them you destroy their morale, which ultimately makes them flee. This means that sheer numbers alone won't help you win, only tactical maneuvers will. This forces teamplay and creates a learning curve. To improve teamplay and communication you have a chat, and you can ping and draw stuff at the minimap, but to be fair, most people just use the tool to draw a penis, myself included. While there is a lot of tactical depth, does the game also have a good portion of chaos, and believe me, this chaos is a hell lot of fun. For example, seeing your cavalry slaughtering enemy archers just feels so satisfying, but baiting enemy cavalry in your spearmen feels even better. It is just the perfect mixture of tactic and slaughter that makes the gameplay itself feel real cool and unique, and definitely worth a try. By now there are currently 9 maps and 1 game mode, where the win condition is to either kill all enemies or to capture their base, but I'm sure that they will continue adding stuff in form of maps and game modes in the future. To summarize, I would really say give the game a chance, even more since it's free to play, and try it out and share your experiences with me in the comments. Also let me know if I should maybe upload some guides or just edited gameplay about Total War Arena, since I really enjoy this game. But as always, thanks for watching and goodbye.